before the grand horizon.
500 years of faith, grateful today.
We bear the gift of mission.
Totally yours, we give ourselves, faithfully yours until the end.
To your mission, Lord, we give our yes. Oh, when the sun rises above the hills, shepherd and serve those who are in need. Let the morning star accompany your way, spread the fire of mission for the Lord. Stand before the grand horizon, 500 years of faith, grateful today. We bear the gift of mission, totally yours, we give ourselves, faithfully yours until the end. To your mission, Lord, we give our yes. We are gifted to give and live our gift. Mercy, compassion, justice, and peace. The sign of world today will come to believe. It's the love we have for one another. Totally yours, we give ourselves, faithfully yours until the end. To your mission, Lord, we give our yes. To your mission, Lord, we give our
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters in Christ. Welcome to another episode of Mission Catechesis by the CBCP Episcopal Commission on Mission. The series for the year of Missio ad Gentes is based on the book of Father James Kroger entitled Go, Teach, Make Disciples. And every month, we feature inspirations in mission. This month, we focus on the first 5 orders to the Philippines: the Augustinians, Dominicans, Franciscans, Jesuits, and Recollects. And today we have with us no less than a renowned church historian, Father Emil Quilatan. He is the archivist of the Order of Augustinian Recollects and also a doctor and professor of sacred theology. Let us now listen to the talk of Father Emil Quilatan.
Salamat, Panginoon.
Mga kapatid, ako po si Reverend Father Emilio Edgardo A. Quilatan of the Order of Augustinian Recollects. At inaanyayahan po kayo na makipanayam sa akin sa ilang minutong ito tungkol sa pagdiriwang natin ng Year of Christianity 500. No? At ang motto natin is gifted to give. No? In other words, no, simula pa sa ika nga pagdating ni Magellan sa Pilipinas noong 1521, no, ay nagsimula ng magkaroon ng ika nga contact ng pananampalatayang Kristiyano sa ating mga ninuno. Ito'y pansamantala lamang. Ngunit, wag nating kakalimutan, almost 44 years later, no, dumating si Legazpi at ito na nagsimula ang Christianization ng ating mga ninuno sa bansang Pilipinas noon, no? Ang tinatawag Las Islas Pilipinas. So, the arrival of the Spanish missionaries in the Philippines at anong kanilang ibinahagi sa atin na sa kanilang halimbawa, sa kanilang ika nga pagtataguyod ng pananampalataya, no? Tayo ang tumanggap niya na yan at binabahagi natin yan ngayon sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay. Sino sila at anong ginawa nila? Yan po ang ating paksa sa programang ito. Huwag natin kakalimutan, noong 1521, dalawang important events lamang ang ating isinaalaala. Ano yon? The first Sunday, recorded first Sunday Easter Mass na ginawa sa Limasawa, ang unang recorded na misa, Easter Sunday, at ang unang recorded baptism sa Cebu noong April 14, 1521. Pero panandalian lamang ang pananatili ng mga banyaga, ng mga foreigners, mga Kastilya sa Pilipinas, pagkabatay ni Magellan, sila'y umalis. At hindi natin alam kung ano nangyari sa mga unang binyagang Kristiyano sa Cebu. But in 1565, nang dumating si Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, kasama niya ilang mga Agustinian missionaries, na dito na nagsimula ang evangelization ng Pilipinas. At pagkatapos, sa pamamagitan ng utos ng hari ng Espanya noon, si King Philip II, ang patron, the benefactor of the Catholic Church in the colonies, siya mismo ang pumili, si King Philip II, ang mga religious orders, religious groups or missionaries na pinapunta niya sa Pilipinas to evangelize the natives. Siya. Yan ang karapatang ibinigay sa kanya ng Roma para maipalaganap ang pananampalatayang Kristiyano sa Pilipinas. Okay? Sino sila? As I said before, ang una ay mga Agustinians. They arrived in 1565 with Legazpi. Sumunod, ang mga Franciscans, 1578. After the Franciscans in 1581, the Jesuits, 1587, the Dominicans, and 1606, the Agustinian Recollects. Sila po ang inatasan ni King Philip II na ipalaganap ang pananampalatayang Kristiyano sa ating mga ninuno. Hanggang ngayon, nandito pa sila sa Pilipinas at ang kanilang misyon ay hindi pa nagtatapos. Ngayon, para maging systematic ang evangelization ng Pilipinas sa mahigit na 7,000 islands, ano ang iniutos ni King Philip II sa Governor General ng Pilipinas noon na si Don Luis Perez Dasmariñas? To subdivide the archipelago among the religious orders, and the Jesuits na dumating dito, para magkaroon ng maayos na pagpapalaganap ng pananampalatayang Kristiyano. At ito'y ginawa ni Don Luis Perez Dasmariñas. Kaya, anong purpose ng mahal na hari ni King Philip II kung bakit niya pinagawa ito? First, to accelerate the systematic evangelization of the natives. Sa 7,000 islands, mahirap yan. Kaya nga, kailangan i-subdivide yan according to mission districts, according to the missionary orders na dumating sa Pilipinas. Pangalawa, to avoid jurisdictional conflicts among the missionary orders. Kaya may teritoryo ang mga Jesuita, may kanyang-kanyang teritoryo ang mga Franciscan, kanyang-kanyang teritoryo ang mga Agustinians. Para hindi sila magkaroon ng jurisdictional conflicts kasi ang kanilang pamamaraan ay hindi pareho. Pangatlo, para malaman ng hari ng Espanya kung ilan ang mga misyonerong kinakailangan ipadala sa Pilipinas ayon sa pangangailangan ng mga religious orders. At ang huli, bawat misyonero ay maaaring matuto ng isa o dalawa o marami pang indigenous languages or dialects kung saan sila ma-assign. Kaya nga, ito ang apat na dahilan kung bakit sinubdivide ni King Philip II ang Pilipinas among the existing missionary orders at that time. Pero, tandaan natin, ang Recollectos ay hindi pa dumarating. Nang dumating sila ng 1606, ibinigay sa kanila ang mga lugar na hindi pa kayang i-evangelize ng mga naunang apat na grupong misyonero. Not only that, magkaroon ng direksyon ang kanilang pagpapalaganap. Kinakailangan harapin ang mga problema ng simbahan noon ng Pilipinas, no? Ang Catholic Church in the Philippines. Kaya in 1582, no, si Bishop Domingo Salazar, ang kaisa-isang obispo ng Pilipinas, ay nagpatawag ng isang sinodo, no, para harapin, i-define ang mga problema at humanap ng mga solusyon at ang pamamaraan ng pagpapalaganap ng pananampalatayang Kristiyano. Kaya what did they discuss, no? Ito mga problemang ito at paano ito bibigyan ng solusyon. Una, what were the issues discussed? The abolition of slavery. Tapos may mga Kastilang ayaw na bitiwan ang mga alipin, kaya binigyan sila ng ultimatum. Kaya ginabayan ang mga confessors kung paano ididil ang mga Kastila at ang mga Katolikong natives tungkol sa problemang ito. Pinagbawal ang forced conversion ng mga natives at walang intimidation na dapat nagamitin sa pagpapalaganap ng pananampalataya at sa pagkokolekta ng buwis sa mga binyagan. Ngayon, ano ang kanilang in-apply dito sa na in-address sa missionary works ng mga missionary? Is restoration of ill-gotten property. May mga Kastila na nagnakaw ng mga properties na galing sa mga natives. Kailangan ibalik. Restitution, ika nga. Pangalawa, ang reduksyon. Christian settlements are to be established for the continuous evangelization of the natives. No? Yung mga settlements na kalat, kailangan sila paglipulin at ilagay sa Christian settlement na tinatawag nating reduction, na ito ang magiging embryonic stage ng ating mga syudad o bayan ngayon sa Pilipinas. Pangatlo, ang paggamit ng Tagalog Catechesis na kinumpos ni Fray Juan de Plasencia was approved as the standard text of Catechism to be used in the Philippines. At number 4, pinalalahanan ng simbahan sa mga Kastila that the Spanish presence in the Philippines as mandated by Rome was missionary. Hindi po military presence. Okay. Yan po ang desisyon ng Synod of Manila of 1582 na hanggang isinabuhay ng mga misyonero. Hindi lang yan. Ano pang ginawa ni King Philip II of Spain? Okay? No? Meron siyang iniatas, no? Na kailangan nating na wag nating kakalimutan ang creation ng Diocese of Manila at ng Archdiocese ng Manila, 1579. No, ang ginawa dito ng mga Kastila na para magkaroon ng obispo, inelevate ang Diocese of Manila into an archdiocese in 1595. Okay? Kaya nga, anong ginawa dito? No? In 1579, no, nagpetition si King Philip II na to create the Diocese of Manila covering the whole archipelago, at ang bishop niyan na inappoint ay si Bishop Domingo de Salazar. No? Kaya nga, Pope Gregory XIII on February 6, 1579, appointed Domingo de Salazar as Bishop of Manila. At ang patron ng buong Pilipinas ay ang Immaculate Conception of Mary. Okay, next. No? In 1595, the same king, no, he petitioned another pope, Pope Clement VIII, to elevate the Diocese of Manila to an archdiocese and create 3 suffragan dioceses para mapangasewaan ng mga obispo ang pagpapalaganap ng pananampalatayang Kristiyano. Yan ang ginawa ni Pope Clement VIII on August 26, 1595. That's why the Archdiocese of Manila was created together with the 3 dioceses, Nueva Segovia, based now in Bigan, Nueva Cáceres, Sanaga, at ang Cebu sa buong Visayas, Palawan, Mindanao, at the Marianas Island, including Guam. Kaya nga, no, ito ang contribution ni King Philip II. Kaya nga, wag nating kakalimutan, no? The nation building bilang Pilipinas ngayon, no? Sinimulan niya ni King Philip II sa pamamagitan ng mga misyonerong Kastila. Tinulungan niya. Ika nga, ito na ang basihan. Unang-una, preservation of the Philippine languages thanks to the missionaries. No? They did not force us to learn Spanish, pero sila mismo nag-aral ang ating mga wika dito sa Pilipinas. That's why they were able to compose dictionaries, grammar books, catechism, devotional, and sermons in our native languages. Kaya ngayon, hanggang ngayon, preserve pa ang ating mga wika, thanks to the efforts of the Spanish missionaries. No? They are also the promoters of education, no? And the symbols of this education was the Dominican schools of San Juan de Letran at ang University of Santo Tomas. No? Not only that, also, no, huwag natin kakalimutan ang pangangasiwa ng pagpapangalaga ng mga may sakit, no, done by the Franciscans, San Juan de Dios Hospital and San Lazaro Hospital. They were founded by a Franciscan brother, and they are still existing today. Na hindi nila kinalimutan na pangalagaan ang mga may sakit, no? And this are called the works of charity. Then, not only that, my brothers and sisters, no, they are also the promoters of vocations, no? Una, sa pagpapare, no? Sino ang kauna-unang Archbishop of Manila na nag-ordain ng native Filipinos to the priesthood? He was the Archbishop of Manila, Diego Camacho y Avila. He was Archbishop of Manila from 1697 to 1706, and in 1698, no, until he left, no, for Mexico, he was able to ordain 12 Filipinos to the priesthood. Kaya nga, by 1698, meron na tayong mga Pilipino, native Filipinos na pare. Sumunod sa kanya ay si, the next Archbishop is Francisco de la Cuesta. During his term as Archbishop of Manila between 1706 and 1712, he ordained a total number of 35 Filipinos to the priesthood. Then, we have also the next Archbishop of Manila, si Archbishop Diego Camacho Basilio Sancho de Santas Justa y Rufina, Archbishop of Manila between 1767 and 1787. He ordained around 153 Filipinos to the priesthood. Kaya nga, very controversial ang Archbishop na ito kasi he was criticized of mass ordination, and that was an overstatement. No, hindi po totoo 'yan, no? At sinasabi ang formation ng mga Pilipinong pare ay very poor. That was not true because in that 153 Filipinos whom he ordained, 12 of them became the first doctors of theology. No? Meron silang kakayanan. Hindi pinabayaan ng kanilang formation by Bishop Basilio Sancho de Santas Justa y Rufina ang kanyang mga inordinang Pilipinong pare. At sumunod, no, in that period, no, the religious orders, no, since native Filipinas could not enter the only canonical monastery of Santa Clara, no, they helped them establish the beaterios. And one of them, the first, was the beaterio of Mother Ignacia del Espiritu Santo, assisted by his confessor, na Jesuit, Father Pablo Klein. And later on, this beaterio became the RVM, the Religious of the Virgin Mary, which became a congregation of Pontifical Life in 1947. Sumunod, no, ang beaterio, no, ng Santa Catalina de Siena, founded by Mother Francisca del Espiritu Santo. Okay? Founded in 1686. No? By 1933, nagkaroon ng split ng kongregasyon nito. One became the Missionaries de Santo Domingo, and the second one, the Congregation of Saint Catherine of Siena, called the Siena Sisters. No? And of course, outside of Intramuros is the Beaterio de San Sebastian de Calumpang, founded in 725, assisted by the Agustinian Recollect Fathers of San Sebastian, which became the Congregation of the Augustine Recollect Sisters of the Philippines in 1971. Kaya nga, sa promotion na ito, no, ang simbahan, binahagi ang pananampalataya at nagbunga sa mga religious and priestly vocations. Kaya nga, ito po ang ating misyon, na ang ating bokasyon ay dapat nating ibahagi sa iba at isabuhay. No? The Hispanic culture, ang merging na nagkaroon tayo ng contribution ng mga misyonero. First, don't forget the famous bamboo organ of the Spaniards by the Recollect priest, Father Diego Serra, with the help of his parishioners, was able to create a very beautiful pipe organ, the bamboo organ of the Spaniards, and mga debosyon, lalo na ang Nazareno, na hanggang ngayon ay malakas pa sa mga Pilipino, lalo na nakasentro ngayon sa Quiapo. Hindi lang yan. Ang ating pagkain ay may influence ng mga Kastila at sa Mexico. Leche plan, yung adobo, paella, saan ang galing niya? Sa mga Kastila at sa mga Meksikano. At ito po ang mga nangyari na ay naging importanteng kabahagi ng ating kulturang Pilipino, pati pagkain. Kaya nga mga kapatid, huwag natin kakalimutan na gifted to give. We receive something from the Lord to the Spanish missionaries. At huwag natin kakalimutan na ang mga ito ay mga biyaya na tinanggap na libre at dapat nating ibahagi ng libre sa lahat ng mga taong naghahanap sa Panginoon. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much for that very enlightening talk, Father Emil. And now, since Father Emil is an OAR, we will also listen to the singing priests of the Order of Augustinian Recollects, San Sebastian Recoletos.
Here is my life, my heart and soul, my everything. Take them, my Lord. I promise that I stay forever there in your heart, where you and I will be together and lay down my life to you. For all that I want and all I desire is you. When you came into my life, there's nothing else that I desire but to have you on my side in every moment of my life. I cannot bear the pain I'm feeling deep inside. Every time I feel that you're not around. Here is my life, my heart and soul, my everything. Take them, my Lord. I promise that I stay forever there in your heart, where you and I will be together and lay down my life to you. For all that I want and all I desire is you. Your love has touched my heart and made it complete, and fill my world with so much joy that lasts forever. You give me strength to keep me go on living, to have your love is all I need. That's all I need. Here is my life, my heart and soul, my everything. Take them, my forever. There in your heart, where you and I will be together. I lay down my life to you. For all that I want and all I desire is you. For all that I want and all I desire is you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful song. We have just listened to the Order of Augustinian Recollects, or OAR priests, San Sebastian Recoletos. And now, as we always do, after listening to the lecture of our speaker, we have testimonials from lay missionaries from all over the world. And this month, we are joined by Dr. Aurelio June Camili Naraval, all the way from Calgary in Alberta, Canada. He is a doctor of epidemiology and also program and policy manager of Action Dignity. He was also formerly country head of Couples for Christ in Peninsular Malaysia, and he continues to be active with Couples for Christ to this day. Let's listen to his testimony.
Hi, I am Dr. June Naraval from Davao City, Philippines. I have been blessed by the Lord to work in several countries since 2007, starting with the Republic of Palau as an epidemiologist of the Ministry of Health. Then I moved to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to work with an international non-profit organization. Ultimately, I became its executive director. This has allowed me to travel to at least 12 countries in Southeast and South Asia. I am currently based in Calgary, Canada, and working with a charitable organization. I came to Calgary, Canada at the height of COVID-19 epidemic in May 2020, barely 1 year from now. COVID-19 has upended my travel, and so are the lives of many OFWs. The world has tremendously changed too. When I left Ninoy Aquino International Airport, it was eerily empty, and so were the other airports that I landed to. I reached Calgary International Airport with no one welcoming me except the driver who was commissioned to bring me to my place. My first time that I ever felt that I was alone. The restrictions of COVID-19 has locked us down from one another. Social distancing and quarantine prevented us from being with our loved ones. The pandemic caused shadow epidemics on mental health and domestic violence. COVID-19 also exposed deep discrimination and racism. Overseas Filipino workers in meat packing plants, groceries, or health facilities were down by the virus, but more so by the stigma and discrimination. Job loss drive people to hunger. It was faith that enabled us to hang on. Faith that serves the light amidst the persistence of darkness. Faith is like a silver lining, a blue sky, or a spring that pushes the winter away. Faith that the Lord will never abandon us in the journeys we make each day, no matter how empty the roads are. Faith that overcomes the distance, no matter the restrictions. Faith that liberates us from fear that the COVID-19 virus has attempted to break our resolve. Catholics and Catholic-based organizations like the Couples for Christ, despite them being affected, reached out to others, cared for the sick, listened to those who were distraught, brought food to those in isolation, and said 1,000 prayers. COVID-19 has highlighted our distance, but OFWs have suffered distance for a long time. They have been inflicted with health conditions worse than COVID-19. I know a domestic helper in Kuala Lumpur who has never seen her children for 25 years. Yet the fire to work hard for her family, to cut the cycle of poverty, has steeled her resolve to sacrifice for her children, believing that one day she will be reunited with her family. In Palau, my home welcomed a Filipino construction worker who was abused by the son of his employer. He was a spiritual brother. I saw him run away for his life, but with faith, he found his true home is back in the arms of his family. Faith made him stronger to make that hard decision to accept the failure of making good in another country. Eventually, he found peace in the arms of his family, of his wife and his children. A sister of mine with a Couples for Christ has to go back home because of cancer. For a long time, she was isolated from her family. So isolation is never really new. OFWs have suffered it in the hope of shielding their children from their own real health conditions. But with faith, she was made stronger to face her estranged children, inform them of her condition, and ask for forgiveness from her failings as a mother. With forgiveness, she and her children were healed and freed from isolation. In the 12 countries I traveled to, I always make it a point to visit a Catholic church. There I find solace. There I find hundreds of overseas Filipino workers attending a Mass, singing praises to the Lord, and lifting up everything to the Lord, believing that things will be better. You wonder why, despite the challenges the overseas Filipino workers encounter, OFWs continue to smile. To them, our compassionate God sent angels to rescue them. I know the reasons why God is with His faithful people. It is the deep-seated faith they have to the Lord. In Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, faith is the realization of what is hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Faith is a precondition to mercy. With faith, God sends more angels to the rescue during difficult and trying times, as God sent angel Raphael to help Tobit. Why is the understanding of faith so important? The Bible consistently emphasizes the unique and supreme importance of faith. The words faith and believe are mentioned several times in the Bible. In the Habakkuk revelation that was to provide the basis for the gospel, the 2nd chapter verse 4 says, "But the just one who is righteous because of faith shall live." Faith is something that is difficult to fully measure, but the clearest way to bring faith into focus is to put side by side what Jesus has stated. "If you can," said Jesus, "everything is possible for one who believes." It is easier to accept that with God all things are possible. But can we truly accept that everything is possible to the one who believes? Through faith, the things that are possible to God are made equally possible to the one who believes. Faith is the channel that makes things possible. COVID-19 may have created a distance and separated us away from our families. Isolation may have forced us to be locked down in our rooms. But with faith, we are transformed as God's army to destroy the distance and end the isolation from COVID-19 of our lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful sharing. And that concludes today's program. We hope that you will join us again next month. Remember that the Mission Catechesis series is on every second Saturday of the month at 3 p.m. Do follow the Facebook page of the CBCP Episcopal Commission on Mission for updates on the Mission Catechesis series, as well as the mission webinars on every last Saturday of the month, and the upcoming Visita Iglesia to the various shrines around the whole country. On behalf of the CBCP Episcopal Commission on Mission, chaired by Bishop Socrates Missiona, I'm Margo Salcedo. Thank you for watching!
Gabay namit lugod, lalaganap alab ng iyong misyon. 500 taong biyaya. Salamat Panginoon sa iyong punla. Misyong kaloob sa aming puso. Taong biyaya. Salamat Panginoon sa iyong punla. Misyong kaloob sa aming puso. Aming sarili ay aming handog, laging tapat at laging tugon. Naririto handa kami, Panginoon. Hahayo sa iba't ibang dako, hatid ang iyong salita at paglilingkod. Inang Maria, siyang gabay namit lugod, lalaganap alab ng iyong misyon. 500 taong biyaya. Salamat Panginoon sa iyong punla. Misyong kaloob sa aming puso. Aming sarili ay aming handog, laging tapat at laging tugon. Naririto handa kami, Panginoon. Mga kaloob na aming alay sa mundo, katarungan, kabanalan, kapayapaan. Sa senyal na ito maniniwala ang mundo, pagmamahal namin sa bawat tao. Ang taong biyaya. Salamat, salamat Panginoon. Ang taong biyaya. Salamat Panginoon sa iyong punla. Aming sarili ay aming handog, laging tapat at laging tugon.